Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Andy Cohen laughs at Jennifer Aydin's claims she's returning for RHONJ Season 15. Andy Cohen made a big statement about Jennifer Aydin's claims she is returning to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. The future of Jersey has been all the rage since Season 14 ended in August with an explosive finale and non-reunion. When the reunion was canceled, it became clear that RHONJ could continue with the same cast amid the toxicity. Every week, there's a new rumor about which cast members are staying and which are getting going as fans hope their favorites make the cut. As Monsters and critics reported, Jennifer hit back at a hater over the weekend with a middle finger and revelation. She's returning for RHONJ Season 15. Well, Andy had something to say about that rumor today. On his Radio Andy show, the Watch What Happens live host was asked about the new rumor that Jennifer, Teresa Giudice, and Dolores Catania are heading up the reboot. Andy wanted to know where the report came from. "No, it's not happening," Andy said, adding, "We've made no decisions in the Real Housewives world." Then Jennifer's confirmation via social media was mentioned, and Andy responded. "What?" he screamed and laughed. "No, Jennifer Aydin confirmed that she's returning. No, no, no." Andy set the record straight again about the RHONJ cast rumors that keep floating around the internet. While Andy confirmed plenty has been done with the Real Housewives, he didn't mention Jersey specifically. The WWHL host also reminded fans to wait for official news from Bravo or himself regarding cast members. "I wish her well," Andy expressed about Jennifer before claiming her saying she was returning via an IG Live was bold. Andy seemed pretty annoyed with Jennifer, even though she made him giggle too. Based on Andy's response, Jennifer likely won't return, but we await his official word. The bad news for the Real Housewives of New Jersey fans is that a revelation about the show's future won't be soon. Andy previously said the show is on pause for a while, and filming will begin next year. No timeline was given for filming, and the Jersey women likely won't be back on screen until 2026. It depends on when a cast is confirmed and the cameras start rolling again. Andy Cohen has shut down claims that Jennifer Aydin, Teresa Giudice, and Dolores Catania have been told they are returning for another season of RHONJ. What did you think of Andy's response about Jennifer? Jennifer Aydin had always been known for her over-the-top personality and bold statements, but when she told everyone she was gearing up to return for the Real Housewives of New Jersey Season 15, it sent shockwaves through the Bravo fanbase. Especially because, behind the scenes, her future with the show had been in serious question. The cameras may have gone dark after the explosive reunion for Season 14, but the drama had been far from over. Sitting in the lavish, chandelier-adorned studio at Bravo headquarters, Andy Cohen had seen it all. From fiery confrontations to tearful breakdowns, there wasn't much that surprised him anymore. Still, when word got back to him about Jennifer's bold proclamation, he couldn't help but laugh. Not just a chuckle, but a full-on, deep, belly laugh that echoed through the halls of Bravo. It wasn't that Jennifer Aydin wasn't good TV, she was. In fact, she had become one of the most talked about housewives over the years. But this time, Jennifer might have been getting ahead of herself. Did you hear what she said? Andy leaned back in his chair, a grin still plastered on his face, as he glanced over at his assistant, who was trying not to laugh along. Jennifer's telling everyone she's definitely back for Season 15. Like it's a done deal. The assistant raised an eyebrow. "Isn't that kind of premature?" Andy nodded, still smirking. "More than a little. We haven't even had the casting meetings yet, and she's out here making declarations. Classic Jennifer." The irony of it all wasn't lost on Andy. If there was one thing he loved about the Real Housewives, it was how these women could blur the line between reality and fantasy. They lived in their own worlds, where perception was reality. And it didn't matter if something was true. If they believed it, that was enough. And Jennifer, well, she believed in her return with such fervor that she was practically manifesting it. But behind the scenes, it wasn't quite so simple. Season 14 had been a powder keg, especially for Jennifer. Her constant feuding with co-stars, particularly with Melissa Gorga and Margaret Josephs, had worn thin. At the reunion, the usual sniping had escalated into an all-out verbal brawl, with accusations flying left and right. Jennifer had stormed off set twice, leaving the rest of the cast and crew to wonder if she was even going to finish filming. Andy had watched it all unfold with a mixture of amusement and concern. On one hand, Jennifer was good television. Her dramatic flair and refusal to back down made for compelling episodes. But on the other hand, the toxicity on set had reached new heights. The network was beginning to wonder if the constant infighting was sustainable or if a shakeup was needed. And Jennifer's future had become a big question mark. So when Andy saw that Jennifer was making the rounds, doing interviews, and posting on social media as if her return was guaranteed, it struck him as both bold and a little delusional. "She really thinks we can't do this show without her," Andy said aloud, musing to himself more than anyone else. The truth was, every housewife thought they were irreplaceable. From Mean Leaks to Vicky Gunvalson, every Bravo star hit a point where they believed the show needed them to survive. But Andy knew better. The franchise had lasted over a decade, and while the cast certainly helped shape the narrative, no one was indispensable. A few days later, Jennifer was booked to appear on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy couldn't wait to see how she would handle the conversation. He knew she would try to assert her place on the show, maybe even drop a few hints to amp up the drama. But what she didn't know was that the decision hadn't even been made yet. When Jennifer arrived on set, she strutted in with her signature confidence. Her dark hair was impeccably styled, and she wore a sparkling gown that screamed, "I'm here to stay." Andy could already sense that she was going to make a statement. As the cameras rolled and the interview began, Jennifer wasted no time getting to the juicy part. "Andy, I have to say, I'm so excited for season 15. I've got a lot in store for the viewers, and let me tell you, it's going to be one for the books." Andy leaned forward, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. "Oh, you're excited for season 15, are you?" Jennifer flashed a confident smile. "Of course, I mean, how could I not be? There's so much to settle from last season, and I'm ready to bring it." Andy raised an eyebrow, his grin widening. "Interesting, because, casting decisions haven't been finalized yet." Jennifer's smile faltered for just a second, a brief flicker of uncertainty crossing her face. But true to form, she quickly recovered. "Well, I'm not worried," she said, flipping her hair over her shoulder. "I know the fans want me back. And honestly, the show wouldn't be the same without me." Andy let out a laugh, shaking his head slightly. "That's what I love about you, Jennifer. Always so sure of yourself." Jennifer laughed too, but there was a slight edge to her voice. "Come on, Andy, you know I bring the drama. I'm necessary." The moment hung in the air, and Andy, ever the professional, kept the banter light. But everyone watching could feel the underlying tension. Was Jennifer's confidence a bit misplaced? Andy had to admit, part of him admired her audacity. But another part of him knew that Bravo's decisions weren't based on audacity alone. As the interview wrapped up and Jennifer left the set, Andy couldn't help but chuckle to himself again. Maybe she was right, maybe she would be back. But there was something amusing about her claiming victory before the race had even begun. In the end, it was up to Bravo to decide who made the cut for season 15. And while Jennifer Aydin certainly had a knack for making herself unforgettable, Andy Cohen knew better than anyone that the real Housewives world was unpredictable. If Jennifer thought she was irreplaceable, she might just be in for a surprise. And for Andy, watching it all unfold was just part of the fun.